Hello students, this is the next lecture of consumer behavior and the topic that we are going to cover today is consumer decision making. So in the previous lecture we have discussed about cognition and in this lecture we will be discussing about consumer decision making. This topic will be covered in two parts. Today is the first part, next will be in the next lecture. So the decision making is basically based on the cognition part and they have to rationally decide whether they want to purchase that particular product or not. So let's start with this topic. So what exactly decision making is? Decision making is selecting an alternative out of the numbers of available alternatives. We have to select one and that too based on some judgment. So what is decision making is it is a goal oriented process. You have to ultimately achieve some kind of goal. It is solving your problem. It helps take advantage of opportunities and fight threats. So decision making is, suppose you have 4 or 5 best available alternatives with you. So you have to select the best one out of those to achieve your goal and to solve your problem. So decision making. So there are two types of decision making. First one is programmed decision making. These types of problems are recurring regularly or more frequently. So these problems are very routine and regular. These problems are very simple and easy to deal with because these types of problems exist earlier also. So the guidelines are available uh, already to resolve such type of problem. So such decisions can be made without much thinking. So if we talk about marketing, these are the decisions which are related to your day-to-day purchase, convenience, shopping goods, or these are generally don't require much involvement. So these are kind of habitual in nature, and the brand loyalty could be easily developed as people don't require much involvement in these types of purchases. So the brand loyalty can be easily developed. So it is a good point for marketeers. So what is program decision making is it is like these types of problems are already existing and a set of guidelines are already available, so much thought is not required for making purchase decisions. For example, for purchase of convenience goods, shopping goods, so these are very low involvement purchases. It does not require much thinking, these are generally habitual in nature. The examples are purchase made for staples or toiletries. We don't think much about but before purchasing these type of products. Next one is non-programmed decision making. In the previous one, it was like the problems is not new. It is already existing. Whereas applied for problem that arise all of a sudden or at that moment only, these are unique. So these are very novel and sudden, and these require it is some deliberations and thought. It is a complex. The program decision was simple because set of guidelines were available, whereas in this case, as the problem is new and it is arised all of a sudden, so it require a complex and lots of information gathering is required, deliberation and thought is required for this. These decisions are related to specialty goods, emergency goods, as these goods require high involvement purchases, and you need these goods are not purchased frequently. For example, purchase for laptops, real estate, etc. Now, the decision making is all about what to buy, what the consumer is buying. It is a product, service, or the brands. Now, the second is how much to buy. It is all about the quantity. He has to take decision about the house and why, when. Okay. Then what to buy is the product or the services. How much to buy is the quantity, 1 unit, 2 unit, or n number of units. Now, where to buy is all about the place from where you have to buy that particular product. It is nearby to you or it is far away from your place, whether it is offline, online. Then when to buy, it is a timing when you want to buy. It is on daily basis or monthly basis, weekly basis, fortnightly, or during some occasions. Next is how to buy. This comes like how the payment will be done, whether it will be done on cash or you will be doing it with the debit card or the credit cards, etc. So these are the payment terms. Next is about the levels of decision making. Decision making is finding the best alternative out of the available one, and the time and the effort required to complete this process across various buying situations. So the level of decision making has been categorized into three, that is extensive problem solving, limited problem solving, and routinized problem solving or routinized response behavior. So the first one is extensive problem solving. In this case, the consumer is not familiar with the product or the service category, and he is not informed about the various brands available with him, and he don't even know from which he has to evaluate. So this type of situations require a lot of information search and evaluation. Extensively information will be searched, so consumer is not at all aware about the various decision criteria used to evaluate the product or the service. He is not also aware about the various brands which are available, which he has to evaluate. So he has to gather information about what could be the decision criteria, the various brands available in the market, and to make a choice amongst the available brands. So this type of products and situation generally occurs where the goods are with high involvement. These are expensive and they are infrequently bought. These are considerable amount of risk is involved because these products are not purchased frequently. It requires lots of time, efforts, and a lot risk is associated with it because it involves high involvement. And these are generally first time purchaser. So examples could be the jewelry, electronic goods, real estate, property. These type of things or products you can't purchase at the instant. You have to think lot of before thinking, before buying the product because it requires lots of investment also, and it is a big amount too. Second one is limited problem solving. Here, the consumer is familiar about the product or the service offering, but he is unaware about the various brand. In extensive, he was not even aware about the product or the service and not even aware about the various brands. Here, in this situation, the consumer is familiar about the product or the service offering, but he is not aware about the various brands and which are available in the market. So consumer is the one where the buyer is familiar with the product category but unfamiliar with the brands. So the spelling of word here is written as WIT. You correct it as WITH. The consumer has not evaluated the brands amongst the awareness set and not even established the preference amongst the group of brands, as he is not aware about the various brands available. So he has not developed a set of awareness brands and not even established the preference among those brands. So the result of this purchase, it is more a recurring purchase. It involves moderate effort. In the extensive one, it requires lot of effort. So in this one, it is a moderate effort because at least he is aware about the product and the servicing. He has to gather knowledge to modify the existing knowledge, and he has to in his memory, and then he has to make decision. So the product that generally have LPS sorry, these goods are the one which require low involvement. They are moderately priced, and they are not you can say frequently bought, and lesser amount of risk is involved as compared to extensive problem solving. These are generally recurring purchases, not very frequently, not very much infrequently. It is somewhere midway. So now routinized problem solving or routinized response behavior, we have studied extensive in which the consumer were not aware about the product as well as the brands. In a limited, he was aware about the product, but he was not aware about the various brands available. In this, the consumer is well informed and experienced with the product or the service offering. The consumer is aware of both the decision criteria as well as the various brands available and what are the brands he has to evaluate. Here the goods are low involvement, and these are inexpensive. They are frequently bought. There is no much risk involved because as you are buying a thing more frequently, you are much aware about what should be the decision criteria as becomes repeat purchase and direct repetition. So consumer may be brand loyal. They simply go for that particular brand if they have a good experience. The result is that the process involves no effort. In extensive, it was extreme effort. Then in limited one, it is moderate effort. If we talk about routinized, no effort on the part of consumer. It is simple and the process can be completed quickly. Purchases are routine and they are habitual. This type of products and situation occurs where the consumers good and the goods are of low involvement. These are not expensive and frequently bought and no risk involved. So you can say the consumer is brand loyal and they are making repeat purchases. The examples are staples, cold drinks, stationery. You will not think much about before buying a cool drink. If you like Pepsi, you will directly go for Pepsi. If you like fruity, you will directly go for fruity. Much thinking is not required. Now the buying rules. This we have already discussed in Unit 1. I'm just going through the overview quickly. Initiator is the person who identifies the need. It is the person who first recognizes that the need is there and he is the one who suggests that the particular product or service has to be bought. Influencer is the person who is influencing the decision of the buyer in making the final choice of the product. Decider is the person who finally decide what is to be bought, when is to bought, from where he has to buy or how much it is to be bought. So he is the ultimate person who is deciding whether to buy or not buy. Then buyer is the one who makes the transaction or exchange process or he is involved in the physical activity of making a purchase. Decider has decided that okay, go for this particular TV or this particular fridge. Now the buyer is the one who is paying for that particular product and he is doing the exchange process. And user is the one who is ultimately consuming or using that particular product or service. So this we have already discussed in Unit 1 along with the examples. So this is all for today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will be continuing consumer decision making process. So thank you for devoting your time.